Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider Man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, make sure you guys wipe them feet around here. That means get those likes up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. I see Green Dot Gang is heavy in the building. If you guys see all those green names in the conversation and you want to become one, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here. And once again, we will be doing a ton of members only shows this season. And I'm actually working on one this week. So stay tuned. Wanted to do an early show. This was actually set up for 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific time, I believe, or 10. I don't know what it was, but I made it earlier. Couldn't wait to talk some Raiders football with my people. Salute to Brave. Salute to my brother Hammer in the building. G-Funk. Salute to Kid Raider. Raider Loso's in the building. Oh my gosh, CGR. It's good to see one of the Mod Fathers himself in the building as well. Punchy, Pastor Raider. Raiders. Salute to my guy, man. It's always good to see Pastor in the building. The 209 is definitely here. Ski Mask. Ayo, Anthony with that gray dot gang foolishness. You hate to see it. Big Mike, what's good, my brother? Those people don't know, me and Big Mike was going to do a show yesterday. Family stuff. And then once again, it was just really, really slow yesterday. Me and Big Mike will be live the middle of the week, either Wednesday or Thursday. And you guys, me and Mike will be doing a weekly show moving forward. The Cali Connect. That kind of got a little ring to it. The Cali Connect. You know, I'm thinking about what y'all think about that? The Cali Connect. Me and Big Mike, weekly. We will be doing a show this season. So stay tuned for that. As always, yes, 916 Hammer, great interview yesterday. Yes, for those who didn't get an opportunity, go over to Hammer's channel as well. Go check out the Dylan Laube interview yesterday. Great interview by my little bro Hammer. Also, salute the Violator for pulling up. I came in and kicked it for about 5-10 minutes. And salute to Dylan Laube, always coming through and blessing Shield more, man. It's very difficult this time of the season. He's about to report. So for him to take his valuable time and be able to spend some with the nation, man, it's a great, great thing to see. So definitely, man, salute to Dylan, salute to Hammer. Yes. There we go. There we go. Rick says, call it Californication. Brave is way too horny. It's way too early in the morning, Rick. It is 9:53 where you are. It is way too early for some Californication, brother. Nasty work. Disgusting. Salute to my brother Hug as well in the building. Always good to see the Mod Father himself in the building. The GOAT. Always good to see my guy. Some things to talk about today. We're going to kind of talk about this Christian Wilkins situation. Before I get there, salute to my sister. It's always good to see Hannibal. Salute to my sis Hannah in the building. For those from Sacramento and know the rap scene, this is my little sis right here. Always good to see Hannibal in the building. Love you, sis. We'll be home soon. I'm definitely got to tap in with you. We definitely got to chop it up. But I know you guys seen this video that is slowly starting to make waves around Instagram, around Twitter. I believe Alex Bachman, our wide receiver, was the one that actually uploaded it to his stories on Instagram. I'm going to play the video here shortly, you guys. With all the Christian Wilkins smoke, okay? You know, he's not going to play this season. He was officially placed on the PUP list a few days ago. Some people, including myself, you know, expecting him to be back sometime week 1 to week 4. A lot of people in the nation just kind of giving up at this point on Christian Wilkins. Really good sign here, you guys. A video went viral of him dancing to some Backstreet Boys at the headquarters in Henderson without the boot on. And he also had some slides on. I believe he had some, no, Crocs. He has some Crocs on. I don't know you guys about, I don't know about how you guys feel about this situation, but Christian Wilkins looked like he's in amazing shape. And for somebody to be there dancing in Crocs with the Jones fracture, I'm just saying, man, he looks pretty healthy to me. Now, I understand that the Jones fracture injury is very meticulous, right? You know, it's call it, look, wasted was the metatarsal bone or whatever the hell he was talking about. I don't know the ins and outs. I am not a doctor. I know it's a very meticulous injury, but I have to say this, man. For him to be wearing Crocs, dancing, looking like he's in phenomenal shape right now, I am sold that he is going to be ready to go before a lot of people expect him to go. Once again, I know he's on the PUP list, so it's going to take some time, that they're being very patient with him. I know Pete Carroll stated back in May that it was going to be a process, right? And that, they're going to take their time with this situation. There was a lot of reports of he needs a second surgery. There was more reports about him already having the second surgery. So, at this point in the game, what do you guys think about this? Let me go ahead and share this real quick. I'm going to go over to my Twitter. I want you guys to see this video yourself, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Salute to Alex Bachman. He posted this on his Instagram, and I believe Adam Hill shared it on Twitter as well. Salute to him. I'm going to play this back. Rocks, y'all.
Yeah. Am I the only one? Come on, man. Yeah. Am I sensual?
Oh, yeah. Yo, they out of pocket. And look how he goes down to the feet.
Rock your body around everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah.
All I'm saying, you guys, is this does not look like a guy that is injured and not going to be able to go here in the near future. Okay. Salute to Christian Wilkins. I have conflicting feelings about this situation. And, I'll give you one aspect of it and the other here in a second. One, it's good to see the big man out there having fun. He's in the headquarters. He's out there getting to it. He looks like he's in amazing shape, which is great. The other aspect of it is, Christian Wilkins, just calm down, please, brother. Please. This is what got you in trouble in the first place. A celebration. A celebration. You and Adam Butler. Go sit down somewhere. Wilk, go sit down somewhere, okay? There's two different aspects to this. It's great to see him having some fun, but also it's a little nerve-wracking to see that, he's celebrating and dancing, because this is what potentially got him in trouble. So, Ty, this is not an old video. This was put up yesterday on Alex Bachman's Instagram. So it's not an old video. It looks as though this was just yesterday at headquarters. So, and look, you can look up top. It's from Alex Bachman's Instagram. So there you have it. He looks like he's in, once again, just like Francis said, looking slim. Looks like he's in great shape. It's good to see he's out there in good spirits, dancing, having some fun with some Backstreet Boys. But once again, Will, go sit down somewhere, man. Go sit down somewhere. For real, please. Look, man, the Raider luck would be for you to do this and re-injure it again. Twice. Let's not do it. But I'll play this once again, you guys, for those who are just joining the show. I see a bunch of new names. This is Christian Wilkins via Alex Bachman's Instagram. This was put up yesterday. It says, I want to test my body competition. Can you tell the Backstreet Boys are in town? And watch how he zooms down on the feet.
Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Come on, man. Yeah. Am I sensual?
They're going crazy. Watch the feet. Look.
Am I everything you need, baby? Rock your body around everybody. Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but they kind of put some emphasis on the Crocs. Okay? They put a little emphasis on the Crocs. If Alex Bachman is the one with the camera, he kind of gave the Raider Nation a glimpse of, look at his feet. Look at his feet. Waste is going to love this video. He's a feet man. You know what I mean? But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that Christian Wilkins will be a surprise week one, ready to go candidate? Let me know down in the comment section. What do you think about this? It's great to see that he's in good spirits. It's great to see that he's having some fun out there, but also it's great to see that he's in great shape. Once again, wearing Crocs, dancing. This doesn't look like a situation where I think we have to be too much worried about what's going on. Honestly, it's great they put him on the PUP list, allow him a little bit more time to get his feet up under him and get, get situated. But once again, this is a great sign, you guys, that, Christian Wilkins may be able to go here in the near future. We still got training camp on the way. We have preseason. Who do we have? Seattle, Niners, Arizona, 3 preseason games, and then boom, on to New England for week 1. So who's to say that he may not be ready to go here soon? But this is a great sign that Christian Wilkins may be on the up and up, on his way to being able to potentially play for us this season, with all the naysayers out there saying, Christian Wilkins is not going to play this year. The second surgery is going to be needed. He's going to have to sit out an entire season. This is a great sign, man. I'm telling y'all right now, this is a great sign that, he may be ready to go. Because once again, I don't think the NFL is ready for this defensive line with Max on one edge, Kuntz on the other, Tyree in year 3 with Adam Butler coming back, and Christian Wilkins. This could be literally a top 3 best defensive line in football this upcoming season if he's available to go. So it's going to be fun to see more updates here soon with Christian Wilkins. Once again, salute to Alex Bachman for giving the nation some optimism with this video on his Instagram stories. Ty, Raiders going to pull a Kevin Nash. I've been sharing that GIF, Ty, over and over and over on Twitter. I'm telling y'all, he's going to pull a Kevin Nash and hop about the wheelchair with the fake boot. Ready to go. That's all I'm saying, man. Let me see. He said, Psycho says, I just pulled up a few minutes ago. Am I hearing you right? The guy with the fucked foot is dancing. I don't ever want to see an injured player dancing if you can't play. What the F? Well, once again, Psycho, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it in the other way, as it looks like he's having some fun. It looks like he's preparing himself to potentially return to football activities here soon. Once again, he's at the facilities without a boot on, Psycho, right? He's also in Crocs. Those do not protect your feet at all, regardless if you're in sport mode or not, okay? And yes, he's in sport mode, but that's not enough support for that kind of injury, right? So look, man, I'm going to hold out I'm optimistic about this, and I'm going to take the direction of this is a good sign. I know some people are going to say, sit down, because I feel like that low key, but I'm excited to just see him out here having some fun, and it looks as though he's getting closer and closer to returning to football activity. So salute to Psycho. Salute to Pastor Raider, my guy. For the Raiders fans calling this a bad signing, please remember, you calling this a good signing until the injury. It's just bad luck. Talk that talk, Pastor. This is facts. Every single person in Raider Nation was excited when we signed this guy with all that guaranteed money, with him coming in last season under Tom Telesco and AP. Everybody was hyped up about this. And now you see all the guys, oh man, it was a waste of money. He's finessing the Raiders and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Because once again, just like Pastor said, everybody, including myself, was very excited. I'm still excited to see what he looks like in the silver and black full time. So we'll see. But this is a good sign here, you guys, that once again, Christian Wilkins may be returning soon. You just never really know. We need to reenact this video Shieldmore style if we make the playoffs. That would be fire, Big Mike. Facts, my brother. That'd be dope. Joseph, Giants defensive line is pretty impressive. Not pretty impressive. Phenomenal. I think that might be the best defensive line in football. I love Philly's defensive line. I like Baltimore's. The Giants, just added more firepower on their defensive line with their top 5 pick. It's going to be nasty. That's definitely a great defensive line. So I'm here with you, Joseph. But there's also some other teams out there, like I said, Philly, Baltimore, and there's others. But I think Malcolm Kuntz, Max Crosby, Adam Butler, Tyree Wilson rotating in and out with Christian Wilkins in the middle of that defensive line can definitely be a top 3 defensive line. At the bare minimum, a top 5 defensive line in football. But you are right. The Giants' defensive line is very, very impressive. He said Alex Bachman deserves to be signed for that. Laugh out loud. Hey, man, like I said, he kind of pointed down at the Crocs there for a minute. It looks as though Bachman's kind of trolling a little bit and having some fun. So Yeah, 2-4. Graphk Wasted is going to love this video because of the feet. This is nasty, nasty work. Facts. And he will be live a little later, you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's funny because Wasted has kind of a different perspective on this video, so stay tuned. He will be live once again later. We've been on the phone today for like 2 or 3 hours. I even did my workout, and me and Wasted were talking through it. So he's definitely on the other side of the spectrum with this situation. So stay tuned for that. Salute to my bruh, Uncle Irv. Yo, what's going on, bro? Great content. Salute to my guy. This is my dog that I grew up with out there in Sacramento. He's a Niner fan, but I love him. Hate your team, Unc, but definitely love you, man. Salute to my guy over on Twitter. If you guys are watching on Twitter, man, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and get involved with the greatest chat in YouTube history. Also, you guys, make sure you guys wipe them feet. That means get those likes up and also hit that subscribe button. Let me get off of that. Stop sharing. What do you guys think, man? Primo says Raiders love to troll the media. This is facts. I love it. D-line will need to be top 5 because our secondary is going to need some help. Also, do you see an incoming signing in that department? We shall see. Once again, we're already here in training camp. The vets are already in the building. Dylan said they're reporting today. I thought that they were reporting on the 22nd. So maybe they're going to be in the building today, and football activity starts tomorrow. The rookies are already in the building. They're going to see what they have, Rich, before they go out and sign anybody. That's just me with a guesstimate. I don't think that they're going to look anywhere else until they get out to training camp and see what some of these guys look like. So I definitely know they want to see what Darian Porter looks like out there. I know they want to see what Stokes looks like, the former first-round pick out of Georgia. And then they definitely want to see what Jacorian looks like coming off that shoulder injury, and DCAM in year 2. So I'm excited also, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say this name, but I want to see what Melo Dotson looks like. I'm excited to see what the young Kansas product looks like, the UDFA that we brought in, who was a ball hawk at the collegiate level. He was a baller. Didn't he have like 5 picks, I believe, last season? He's a ball hawk. That's a guy that I have potentially making this roster, especially with how thin that cornerback group is. So I'm excited, but I don't see any incoming signings just yet. We're already here at training camp. Now, injuries do occur, Rich, and at that point, you're going to have to look elsewhere and potentially bring some other players in. Also, there will be a ton of cuts around the NFL, and there may be a player out there that fits the role, fits a need, and fits the scheme of what Pete and Graham are trying to do on the defensive side of the ball. And then you can, make a judgment call if you want to add some more bodies to that room. But I think that they're going to allow these guys every chance under the sun to go out there and try to make this roster before reaching out elsewhere and trying to bring in some other players. Salute to Ty. They're probably reporting early for Behind the Shield. Okay. Well, I was kind of shocked. We were live yesterday with Dylan, and Dylan was like, yeah, we're reporting tomorrow. So the actual date was the 22nd. So, once again, we can guess as much as we want. I don't know. I didn't reach out to Dylan behind the scenes and see what it was. I just was like, you know what? I'll play the waiting game and see what's going on. But the vets are there. So they're in the building. And look, Christian Wilkins was there yesterday. So Ty says, and I'm predicting we pick up a corner. Well, I mean, look, at some point we may. Ty, I just think it's too early right now. Well, let me say this. It's too early and it's too late, if that makes any sense, right? It's too early because they want to see what they have, and then it's too late because we're already here in training camp. So once again, if some of these guys struggle out there, Ty, they're definitely going to make some calls. Stephon Gilmore is still on the streets. Mike Hilton is still out there on the streets. Asante Samuel Jr. is still unsigned. He's still a free agent. So there's a ton of talent out there. Maybe they do make a move. We shall see. But once again, I do believe that they're going to give these guys every chance under the sun to go out there and make some noise. Isaiah, this is another guy that we keep hearing a ton of slot with Thomas Harper. He's been a safety for us, and he'll play the safety spot as well. But once again, bringing in Lonnie Johnson, the veteran, I believe he's 26, 27, that came over from Carolina. He could play the safety spot. He's a versatile player. He can play special teams for us as well. I think with that addition, maybe they looked at Thomas Harper as a guy that can play safety and play in the nickel. And from what I'm hearing, they like what they see in Thomas Harper this early. Once again, the pads are not on, you guys. So I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit with naming Thomas Harper the guy that is going to man the slot. But from what I'm hearing, they like him there a lot. But I heard some good things about Darnay Holmes also, but it's too early. The pads will be on this week. We'll get a better idea of where these guys are in the grand scheme of things. But if Thomas Harper does struggle in the nickel and Darnay Holmes struggles in the nickel, when the pads come on, then you have to start potentially looking elsewhere, because we know that Palamau is going to get some looks there as well in nickel packages. We know that Jeremy Chin's going to get some looks there also in nickel packages. But once again, if they struggle, you can take a look at Mike Hilton, and he would definitely be a starting caliber guy there for you in the nickel immediately. So once again, let them see what they have there before we jump the gun and go look elsewhere to bring in another player. Hope DCam can improve from his mistakes last season. Hey, man, you want those guys to make mistakes in the rookie season. Once again, he was kind of thrown into the fire last year. Jacorian goes down. Jack struggles. DCam had to go in there and play a ton of minutes for us. He wasn't ready to go yet, but I'm excited about DCam. I'm telling y'all now, when you watch what he does on tape, at least at the collegiate level, he's a sure tackler. He's great in coverage. He's not a ball hawk. I don't think he's ever had a pick at the collegiate level, and for sure not in the NFL level thus far. But once again, a guy that is a sure tackler and can cover well. So, and he has the measurables, 6'2", big body type guy that I know Pete covets at that position. So it's going to be very interesting to see what DCam can do this year. I'm not here to judge him from what he put on tape in year one, because once again, that defense struggled mightily with injuries, and just in general, the defense was not what we expected it to be. But Max went down, Kuntz went down, Wilt went down. Jack struggled in coverage. Once again, Jacorian was gone. There was so many injuries last season. I can't place any blame on DCam his rookie season. Bad Face Raider says, Graphk, where do you get your custom? This isn't even custom, brother. When I go home to Sac, I usually go to Lids at the Arden Mall, and they have a ton of different color schemes. So the last time I went home, my wife was mad at me. Babe, remember I went in there and spent like $300 on hats? Bought every color scheme. So that's where I go. I go to Lids and Sac over at Arden when I go home. So this is not a custom hat. Yeah. Remember I bought every single color? It was kind of crazy. It was nasty work, y'all. I spent over $300 on hats. It was nasty. Let me see. So the pastor, I give a ton of praise to this community for upping my understanding on the draft, and because of that, I'm glued to preseason because of it, man. That's dope. Salute to my guy, Pastor Raider, man. I love that we can provide some content in the off season, in terms of college football, the draft, free agency. It's great to see a ton of the fans like myself, right, trying to up their IQ with this whole football thing. So it's great, man. Pastor, that's dope to see that you're getting more involved in the off-season shenanigans, man. Salute to my guy. Yes, it was funny. I wanted to talk about that. For those who didn't see this, Desmond Ridder definitely went inside with the Bengals. Former Cincinnati guy, went to college, played out there, Cincinnati legend. When me and Stu were at the game last year, Demented, the crowd actually cheered when Desmond Ridder was out there at the quarterback position. Now, I think there was two reasons for that, right? I think that they were welcoming him back home to Cincinnati. Once again, he played phenomenal for the Bearcats at the collegiate level with Trey Tucker and company. And then two, they were like, they're going to get killed out there with Desmond Ridder at the quarterback position. So there was two, I think there was two different laughs. You know what I mean? But it's great to see that he found another job. He'll never see a snap out there in Cincinnati, you guys. They have one of the better quarterbacks that I've ever seen in Joe Burrow. Unless an injury occurs, God forbid, knock on wood, you'll never see Desmond Ridder out there. But I think that's a great situation for him. He gets a chance to go somewhere where he's very familiar with the city, with the state, with the fan base. It's kind of dope. So salute to Desmond Ridder. He's still really, really young. Still has a lot of time to develop. But salute to him, man. Dope to see. Salute to Savage, my guy, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my brother Savage. I appreciate you, man. You guys have been going crazy as of late with the members. I think the other day, me and Wasted Show, we had over 200 members combined. I think I had like 100 myself. So like real talk, like we had so many. I may be kind of dramatic with the number right now, but you guys went absolutely bonkers the other day with the members. I just want to say I appreciate you guys and salute to all the new members in the building and salute to Savage. If you guys missed out on those 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here, man. Once again, Sav, I appreciate you. Salute to Louis G as well. Almost 12 months. My guy Louis G has been a member for almost a year. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so, so much. CGR says, congratulations to the newest members of the greatest chat in YouTube history. My dog, man. Salute to Snake Fist on a $20 holla. Morning, Graphk and Raider Nation. Graphk must have been real football. Have been a glitch. My upgrade to tier 3 went through. Raiders. Real football is happening now. Yeah, man. Salute to my guy, Snake Fist. And thank you, brother, for supporting me the way you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Welcome to tier 3. That means a lot. Go check out those perks on that tier. And if you want to utilize those, Snake, let me know, please, because there are some certain perks that come with tier 3 that I definitely have not been asked to use yet. So let me know, my brother. Appreciate you so much on the $20 special. Ty says, Bengals missed that hairline. I don't think anybody misses that hairline, man. It's nasty work. You got that Trey Young. You got that Trey Young joint. It's nasty. It's nasty. You got that Graphk Raider joint. It's nasty work out here in these streets. Ann says, I'm protesting the gifted membership. You stupid. Yeah, man, Papa T, it kind of reminds you, right, that they're just two different worlds. They're just two different worlds. The NFL is a different beast than the collegiate level. Year in and year out, we see guys take over the college ranks, and then they come into the NFL and they just cannot find a way. I mean, look at the former Tim Tebow, college great. Look at Reggie Bush, two guys that were played at the highest level at the collegiate level and just couldn't become that superstar that they were at the collegiate level at the NFL level. It's just a different monster, man. Savage, I appreciate you on a $5 special, man. Appreciate you so much, Sav. Salute to you guys. Get some questions in, y'all. Let's talk some ball. Yes, Desmond Ridder did sign with the Cincinnati Bengals. Salute to him. For those who didn't get an opportunity also, there is a video surfacing on the net, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, of Christian Wilkins dancing at the headquarters. I believe it was yesterday, courtesy of Alex Bachman's stories on Instagram. It looks as though he's getting closer and closer to being able to get return to football activities. I'm hoping, right? The boot was off, you guys. He did have Crocs on, and they were putting some emphasis with the camera on his feet. So unless Alex Bachman is a wasted talent where he just loves feet, I think he was trolling us a little bit. You know, Alex Bachman could be a footman, like, you know, Foot Sex Rex or Foot Sex Wasted. You never know. You never know. You know, you just never really know. You know what I mean? But he did kind of zoom in with the camera on Christian Wilkins' feet. So once again, for all you feet lovers, you wasted talents and Foot Sex Rexes of the world. Yeah. Ty, my dog, man, I appreciate you so much, brother. Gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships as well. That means a lot to me, brother. Thank you, Ty, once again for everything that you do for the channel as well and for Shillmore as a whole, my brother. Salute to you. Good to see you in the building. I know your work schedule's been kind of crazy, but it's always good to see my guy Ty in the building rocking with me, man. Yeah, man. Hey, look, Matt, Wilkins flexing that foot. Try to see. Salute to Raiders Zilla in the building, man. Gio says, do y'all see Nick Wright has us making the playoffs? Kind of worries me a little bit, Gio, because, you know, he's a known Raider hater. He's a Chiefs fan, right? And Nick Wright is wrong a lot. The irony in that, right? The right, but he's wrong a ton. Yeah, we shall see. I don't like when enemies, you know, stay behind the line. Stay behind enemy lines, Nick Wright. We don't need us in the Raider Nation. We don't need you to be putting out that kind of shit. Because we don't want to hear it. Because if it doesn't happen, you can say, ha 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 ha. Well, Raiders doing Raider things, just not making the playoffs again, right? I don't want to hear that from a known Raider hater, bro. Stay over there. Stay over there, bro. Stay over there. I see that you're afraid of Pete Carroll now. I see you're afraid of the addition of John Spytek and Geno Smith and all the other players that we brought in the draft, the Ashton Genties of the world. Mind your business. Stay over there. Stay over there. Let me see. Sav says, Brock Bowers. Stand up, Raider Nation. Salute to my guy, Savage Raider, as well. Oh, and real quick, salute also to everybody that will be hearing this after on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Salute to you guys. Once again, for those who are listening on the audio podcast, this is a live stream on YouTube, so we definitely answer questions in the chat. So if you guys are kind of confused by what we are talking about, once again, join YouTube, subscribe to OLV Raiders Network, and then it'll make sense, okay? But we will be uploading every single one of these to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So stay tuned. In Coffee and Convo, these are the shows for the subscribers. So once again, the audio podcast may be a little different because once again, we're here to just answer Raider Nation and their questions. So salute to everybody listening over there. Hug, my guy, also gifting 10 OLV Raiders Network memberships. The GOAT himself said, let me jump in and support the channel like he always does. My guy, appreciate you, Hug Dizzle. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my brother Hug D's. Hit the link up top, you guys, if you want to become a member. Let me see. No, it's not needed at all. Definitely. We do not need to hear Nick Wright's takes on the Raiders. Stick with the Chiefs, brother. Stay over there. We don't need that. Keep that same energy. Talk, Graphk. Talk that shit. Salute to my guy S. Dot. It's always good to see S in the building, man, as always. Let me see. Get some questions in, you guys. Once again, it does look like the veterans will be reporting today, according to our guy, Dylan Laube, second-year guy to New Hampshire. We did have a show with him yesterday at Hammer's channel. If you guys get an opportunity, go over there and check out the show. Yesterday, me and Unc joined the show at the end, but he definitely did say that they will be reporting today. The initial date was July 22nd, but it looks as though they will be in the building today. So great signs that the entire team will be out there building some camaraderie starting today. Let me see. Yeah, Coach, it's kind of sad, man, that we're kind of just like relegated to like summer league championships. We're the first team to be like, I think first team to play 3 summer league championships, and we found a way to shit the bed yesterday. Salute to, who was it? Charlotte that beat us. Nasty work. We definitely fumbled the rock there, so to speak, in those last few seconds. It was nasty work. Salute to my guy, Coach Adrian, man, out there in my hometown of Sacramento. Hug says, y'all foot fetish folios are like one level under Diddy in the lotion. Get it right. No lotion, baby oil. Get some holy water and Jesus in your life out here chewing on corns and ish. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to my guy, Hug D's. Salute to Bad Face Raider. Great content. Got to get back to work. Let's go, Raiders. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you for pulling up as always, my brother. Yes, Ty, got a question. Will training camp be covered by the media? It definitely will. So they have their media windows where they'll be out there covering. So yes, stay tuned. If you can, you guys go follow, all the usual suspects. Vinny B will be out there. Vic Tafer now as a Niner. You hate to see it. Tashawn Reed will be out there. There's some great, it's gonna be some great coverage out there. So follow those guys on Twitter to see every step of the way. And then there's also some other media that I didn't mention that will be out there also covering every step of the way. But yes, they will have media windows available for media to cover. So stay tuned. We'll definitely be expecting some pressers and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to hearing from the coaching staff, the defensive side of the football, the offensive side of the football. It's going to be a great couple of weeks of football here for us fans looking for content to talk about. Demented, you stupid. That's funny. Dylan was talking up Jacoby as a sleeper. I wonder how much more he can do. And you know what's funny, man? I seen somebody throw some nasty trade out there, which was crazy. I don't understand it. They said for Scary Terry, trade Jacoby Myers and a first-round pick. Now, understand this, you guys. If we could get Scary Terry, I love Jacoby. You definitely make the move. But adding a first-round pick is disgusting. If the Commanders wanted Jacoby like a swap, if they don't want to pay Scary Terry, once again, he's 30 years old, top flight, 30 million plus money a year, Jacoby and maybe a mid-round pick tops. But I'm not moving Jacoby in a first-round pick for Scary Terry. That is nasty work. But Silver and Facts, he is not the first person that said this. A lot of people that I've talked to, even Dante has said that Jacoby is out there doing great things. I've spoken to other players. They're saying that Jacoby's going to have a big year. This is essentially his contract year, you guys. So why wouldn't he? He's coming off his first 1,000-yard receiving season. He wants to continue to build on that. He'll be 29 years old. So he's kind of hitting that prime, part of his career. Why not? I don't even know if he's a sleeper anymore at this point. Silver and Facts, like, I can't call him a sleeper. He's coming off his first 1,000-yard receiving season. And he's a leader. He does everything right. He does all the dirty work. He's a great route runner. He blocks. You know what I mean? So, look, sleeper. Hey, look, let everybody keep sleeping then. Let everybody keep sleeping. I love it. Salute to my brother LV Maximus in the building. CGR, Jacoby is definitely a dog. Do not trade Jacoby Myers. That is all. Carry on. Salute to Sav. Once again, man, all I'm saying is this, Sav. If you can get a Scary Terry who becomes your number one wide receiver immediately, you make the move. But you don't part ways with the Jacoby and a first-round draft pick. That is absolute organizational malpractice if you did that, because you have to pay Scary Terry, and also he's 30 years old. They're both on expiring contracts. Doesn't make any sense. And yes, Josh, definitely zero drops. I'm not here to – people think that I don't like Jacoby Myers because I'm honest about the situation. I love Jacoby. I think that he's a phenomenal piece for that offense and in that locker room as a leader. But once again, we just have to be honest with ourselves. If you can get a Scary Terry and part ways with a third or fourth round draft pick to bring in Scary Terry, who is your number one receiver immediately for at least the next 3 or 4 seasons, you have to think about that. You have to, because both those guys need to be paid. So, and I'm going to bring this up because salute to Scout. He put up some interesting figures, and I wanted to bring this up. I definitely am going to bring Scout back on the show here soon. This is some numbers that he had current projected Raider contract extensions. Okay. Now, I don't know where he got these numbers from. It could be Spot Track potentially. I've looked and I couldn't find these. Maybe Over the Cap. Once again, I looked, I couldn't find these. So I don't know if these are just his personal projections, but current projected Raider contract extensions. This is great all across the board, you guys. Like this would be a steal for all these dudes. Colton Miller, 4 years, 78.7, 19.7 annually, 55.7 guaranteed. That is a steal for the likes of a Colton Miller. He gets all that guaranteed money, 55 and a half, 4 years, 78, and 19, pretty much 19 and a half annually. That is a steal for Colton Miller. Jacoby Myers, 3 years, 51.6 million. That's 17.2 annually, 38.6 guaranteed. I'm doing that all day. Because once again, you keep him under that 20 million range. He's getting paid kind of like that wide receiver 2 money, 17.2. That is modest money. And I think that is like the spot on number for the likes of a Jacoby Myers. 3 year, 51.6, 17.2 a year, 38.6 guaranteed. I'm doing that all day. Daniel Carlson, 3 years, 16 and a half. That's 5.5 annually with 10.2 guaranteed. I'm here for it. That's cheap for one of the better kickers in football. And then Dylan Parham, 2 years, 18 mil, 9 annual, 14 mil guaranteed. Now that's the only one that I kind of question here, because once again, Jordan Meredith could potentially steal his spot. You just took Caleb Rogers. Dylan's going to have a new deal once again on the way here soon. The guard market is a little kind of bonkers right now, right? You just see what Trey got paid. You see what Robert Hunt got paid by Carolina a few years ago. So $9 million annually for a Dylan Parham makes sense. But me personally, I don't think you need to pay that when you just drafted Caleb Rogers and you still have Jordan Meredith on an inexpensive deal. So, but that's still a steal for a former 3rd round pick out of Memphis, $9 million annually, 14 mil guaranteed for a starter. So I'm not mad about that. Not mad about that at all. Let me see. Facts. Salute to my guy Sav, man. Always good to see my brother in the building. Man, give Myers a chance to be wide receiver 1. Just saying. Well, we did. We did. We gave him a chance last year, and he looked good. But once again, you guys, this is the thing, Ty. Brock Bowers is your wide receiver 1. Simple and plain. So, but Brock looked good out there, kind of being thrusted into that role. Pause if necessary. So, yo, little bro,
What up?
Salute to my little bro Hammer. If you guys are not following my bro, Raider Nation News today, make sure you go subscribe to our Shield More brother, man. What's good?
Chilling, man. Just trying to relax right now, at least for the next few hours. I only have to do one job today, thank God.
Nice.
But listen to everything you've been saying, and then what Scout put up. Whose numbers were it? Jacoby's and Carlson's are like right around the lines that like we were talking about last week when we were talking about Colton, but we talked about Carlson. We talked about Jacoby as well. Jacoby's would be like a $5 million increase compared to the last 2 years.
He's what, 15 this year, right?
12. It was a 2-year, $24 million deal that he signed with us.
For some reason, I thought it was 15 mil this year. Okay.
224. So I think making a little over 17 mil a year on average. Why the fuck not? Like,
it's a great
deal. This guy is not getting that elite money, respectfully. Yeah. And we saw what Garrett Wilson got last week. We saw some of these other top tier receivers over the last season and a half or so. He's not up there. So I think respectfully, $17.5 million a year makes the most sense. And when it goes to Carlson, that's fucking spot on.
Yes.
Spot on. Lock those in ASAP. But again,
I got to get him on the show though, because I got to ask him where he got these specific figures from.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm very curious. But like, they make sense. They make the most sense. And when it comes to Colton, what is he making now? I can't remember off the top of my head, but what is he making right now?
Was that the 15 mil?
I think he's making 18 right now.
Let me see. Contract. I'm looking right now.
I think his average is 18, which is like 11th or 12th in the league for left tackles.
Is it 15 mil cap hit?
That's a cap hit, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was the figure that I had. That's where it came from. So 2025, a base salary of 12.2, restructure of 3.3, workout bonus 50,000, cap hit 15.6.
I'm going to give him around the ballpark, like just under 20 on average.
Yeah. And that's pretty much essentially where Cap had it. I mean, where Scott had it. So I'm going to bring Scott on the show here soon. I definitely want to pick his brain a little bit, kind of see where he got those figures. But bro, at that price tag, I would sign all those guys.
Absolutely.
The only one I would question is the Dylan Parham situation, because once again, you just drafted Caleb Rogers and you still have Jordan Meredith under contract. So
you know what's funny? There's a name that was thrown out there over the weekend from an article that I read in terms of starting left guard position. This is a name that we have talked about a couple of times over the last 2-3 years when it came to the right tackle position.
Who?
Thayer Mumford's on the heels again for a starting spot, and this time it's looking like a starting spot for left guard.
So
holy shit.
So what happened was this. Parham had an injury that happened at mandatory minicamp or OTAs, one of those. And Mumford stepped in at left guard to start for him while Parham was out. So, and once again, Parham is always dealing with something. So, you know what I mean? And, you know, I know Mumford has had his own share of things, but I prefer Mumford at the guard.
So do I.
So, and he's still on a rookie deal. So, look, man, I would rather, I mean, they're both on rookie deals, but I like Mumford's versatility. I know that Parham can play both guard spots and play the center position potentially, but I like Mumford because right tackle, left tackle, guard spot. Like, this guy is actually a Swiss Army knife across that O-line. So
I was just about to mention Estat, and look, there you go. Mumford is starting, no question. He loves his linemen. He loves the thick frames, pause if necessary. But yeah, Mumford definitely is a bigger body at that left guard position over Parham. Granted, Parham has the experience as well, but having that frame that Mumford has, it definitely will solidify the left side of the line and being between Colton Miller to his left and having JPJ to the right. Like, I think it makes the most sense in the world right now. I really do.
Salute to Sav, man. I appreciate you, brother, on the $2 special. Salute to Xavier in the building. Imagine if Laki Taki tried to kick return.
Did you hear what Dylan said about him yesterday?
Hold up real quick, though. That makes sense. He's a rugby player.
Gosh.
Just let him run right down the middle of the football field and just run through motherfuckers. Bro, like, you don't have to worry about him trying to catch the edge. Nothing. Just
go up the middle and just wait for about 6-7 defenders to tackle you at the same damn time.
Xavier, you may be onto something, brother. I'm telling you, let him look. Have Dylan back there catch the football and just hand it off to Laki Tazi. And just Run up the middle of the football field. That would be fucking hilarious. Salute to my guy on a great $2 holler, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to the chat, you guys. As always, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, you guys. If y'all are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Taino says, I'd say 3 years, 48 mil with incentives, 32 mil guarantee. Now, what player are you speaking about specifically with this one, Taino?
Yeah. Let
me know in the comments section.
Did you hear the things that Dylan was saying about Tassi yesterday?
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, Dante talked about him too. Hey, man, these guys are excited about this kid, man. Like, it's going to be interesting where they have him, whether it's at the guard spot or DT. Yeah. I just want to see this kid play. I put it out there too. I want to see him and Pagis in goal line situations. Like, line them both up in the backfield. Why not? Like, put Brock back there too while we're at it. Fuck it. Like, overkill. Tell me, who's going to stop that? You put Brock back there with Laki Tassi and JJ Pagis. You're not stopping that, bro. Anywhere from the 5 to 10 yard line, good luck. Pick your poison. That is essentially the tush push 2.0 on steroids. Just saying. Let me see. Kolb. Okay. So he said Kolb. Yeah, that's cool. What is that, like 16 mil?
What did he throw out there?
16 mil, 17 mil range. I think it's pretty much essentially what we were saying. 3 years, 48 mil with incentives, so 32 guaranteed.
Yeah, roughly. It's like 16 on average for that. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. He said, Lobby said he's the largest man he's ever seen. This is facts. I think Pete Carroll pretty much echoes the same sentiment.
Yep. I said it to Dylan yesterday while we did the show. Like, I'm very excited to see that kid play, whether it's offense or defense. I'm excited to see him play in the preseason. I definitely am. Like, he's very, very raw, but this coaching staff can definitely develop him in the right direction. So I just want to see him on the field during the preseason.
This is facts. He said rugby scrum at goal line. Sheesh.
Facts.
Salute to LV Maximus, Big Bro, the official security of Mount Shillmore. Proud to represent. We'll be at training camp on Thursday. Hit me up if you're going. Love to catch up with my family. Raiders. Salute to my guy, LV Maximus. Always out there, man. Anything Raider related in the Vegas area, our guy is there every single step of the way at games, preseason games, practices, buying jerseys. LV is a real one. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you, brother. One of the my fathers over here at the channel as well, man. CGR, yes. If you're only cool if you hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Salute to my guy, CGR. Other than that, man, we're just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. I wanted to get your take on this too. Let me read these real quick. He's a big biscuit and gravy eating motherfucker. I like that, Ty. Like, this is facts. I just love the way he worded that. That is probably the greatest super chat today. Salute to my guy, Ty. So that's that. Laki Tassi is a killer running the football. X-Men fucking juggernaut. If we're going to run the ball, put the elephants and bulls up and raid the pay dirt. Talk, Graphk, and Hammer, talk. Salute to my guy, S-Dot. Anything offensive line related, S-Dot is there every step of the way to give his opinion. A lot of the times he's wrong as shit, but salute to S-Dot, my dog. Love you, bro. Salute to my guy. This is fact.
Bro.
And I wanted your opinion on this. I love that you hit me up. Was like, yo, send the invite because who put it out there? I think Tashawn put an interesting article out there. Okay. It's off The Athletic, and I believe it was the NewYorkTimes.com as well. 5 storylines heading into the Raiders training camp. So to Tashawn, he does great work out there with the Raiders. Number 1, who steps up in Christian Wilkins' absence? Okay. So before we get to this one, what is your thoughts on the video with him dancing to that Backstreet Boys and having some fun? You've seen it, right?
I put it in the chat, but I guess you didn't see it. Especially since it was the Backstreet Boys. I had to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Wilkins back. Like, look, here's the thing. And I know people have been up in arms about this whole thing. Oh, like that was a waste of money. Y'all were not saying that shit when we signed him. And we can tell you right now, me and Graphk were the huge proprietors for Christian Wilkins when free agency came up that year. Like, he was the very top of our list in free agency. He's on the PUP list, guys.
Yeah.
He's still in the building. He's still rehabbing. Thank God that boot is off. If he's back week 3, week 4, I'm all in. Now, as it pertains to who's going to step up in his absence right now, and you and I talked about this off air, I think it was the middle of last week. I want to see Tyree Wilson on the interior, side by side with Max. Now, Tyree played majority of his snaps on the inside since he's been in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a problem with that. Yes, we have that depth, but I think it's going to be Tyree Wilson that could be starting side by side with Max to start the season until Christian Wilkins is 100% ready to go.
So I agree with you. And what's funny is you answered the question. Number one was who steps up in Christian Wilkins' absence. Now, I think it's going to be a collective. I think it's going to be a group effort. I think you're going to see Jonah Lalu out there. You're going to see Fotu out there. You're going to see a ton of these guys. The rooks are going to get involved, the two guys, JJ and Tonka as well. But once again, Tyree is going to get some reps this year. He's going into year 3. They want to see where he is in terms of his development, not only on the outside as an edge rusher, but also in the interior where he played a ton last year. So he can definitely step up. So I think we both kind of answered that together. I agree with you every step of the way. Number 2, can the offensive line be depended upon? So he went on to, add that we added Alex Kappa in free agency. We went and drafted Kayla Rogers and Charles Grant, added Pete's son, Brennan Carroll, was the position coach. We still got Joe Philbin in the building. Then he went on to say most of the OTAs, the starting unit was left tackle Colton Miller, Parham, JPJ, Kappa, and DJ Glaze, which we both had that as a starting lineup going into the offseason. But also Jordan Meredith is in Munford are definitely going to be on Dylan Parham's heels for that left guard spot and potentially that right guard spot with Alex Kappa, even though I'm hearing good things. Can the offensive line be dependent on? Me personally, I think this is one of the most underrated units that we have. I thought that they got better as the season went on last year with Colton getting stronger, getting Luke Getsy the hell out of there. Joe Philbin kind of taking over at the with the offensive line. This year, they have more experience together on the football field. They have better coaching in the building now. I think that this is going to be a good unit for us. I'm not going to say this is going to be a top 10 offensive line, but if this can be a middle of the pack O-line, that's all Geno needs. That's all Geno needs. He had one of the worst O-lines in football last year and ground games and still found a way to throw for 4,300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can give him a 12 to 15th ranked offensive line, I think we'll be good. Can the offensive line be dependent on him?
Is the Pope Catholic? I really think right now, as it stands, this offensive line, you're looking at a potential top 10, just outside the bubble of top 10 throughout the season. And reason being is, yes, this new coaching staff, and everybody's going to be on the same page with a lot of things that I heard that were going on last year, especially with Getsy, with AP, certain things that went on down the line for the season. The shit just fell apart.
Yeah.
You're calling certain plays. You're supposed to have a specific assignment, and then weeks later, that same play, but you're doing something completely different. The shit, it was a complete shit show. It was complete disorganization. I have a ton of faith in Pete Carroll right now. I love what Dylan said yesterday in terms of this offensive scheme. And he said it's a lot of the stuff that we saw out of Ohio State last year with Chip Kelly. I think that this offensive line is going to be top 10, just outside the bubble. And I think that they are going to play a huge role. Of course, they already do. But I think that they are definitely going to play a major role in how well Ashton Genty succeeds in his rookie campaign. Most definitely.
I agree with you. I got us in that 12 to 13 range, but it would be great to see them find their way into that top 10 as a unit, the offensive line. I didn't see that, you guys. Malcolm Jamal just passed.
What?
That's crazy, man.
Shout out to Theo. Rest in peace, Theo.
Rest in peace to Theo Huxtable, man. My guy. Sheesh. Number 3, will the bet on youth pay off? So he goes on to say pretty much, despite having a ton of cap space, didn't really utilize a lot of it. Brought in Geno Smith, brought in some inexpensive weapons like Alex Kappa and Jeremy Chin, 2 years, $16 million deal. Stayed away from paying the Spillanes, the Merricks of the world, the Nate Hobbs. You bring in Stokes and Landon Roberts on these inexpensive 1-year deals, the Devin Whites, so on and so forth. But will the bet on youth pay off? So essentially, year one with these draft picks, we're expecting a lot out of Ashton Genty. We're expecting a lot out of Darian Porter for sure. Jack Besh, Dante Thornton. We're expecting these guys to play starting roles for us come year one. I mean, year one, like immediately, right? But not only them, there's more youth here. I mean, Jackson Powers Johnson, year two. Brock Bowers, year two. I mean, yes, the youth is going to pay off. I think that JPJ is going to be an all-pro type talent at the center position. Brock is already the best tight end in football. And then you got DJ Glaze, who's only going to get better at right tackle. And we can continue the youth movement, right? Jacorian can still be a potential starter there in year three. Trey Tucker is probably going to be a starter in year three. Definitely, I think the youth is going to pay off, especially with this coaching staff in the building, Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. I mean, I think this is the way to go, Hammer. Like, teams need to get younger. That's the way that you have sustainable success, is developing young guys and betting on the youth movement. I think that most of the talent that we have on this roster is young. And I think that they're going to be coached up pretty fast. And some of these guys that we brought in are already leaders that come from winning programs. Ashton Genty, a winning program. You know, Jack Besh won a ton at TCU. Ohio State. I mean, look at Chip Kelly. They won a damn national championship last year. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting big results from this youth movement that we got going on in Vegas. What's your thoughts on that?
I wholeheartedly agree. And I want to thank Tom Telesco for that 2024 draft class. Realistically, that was an incredibly solid draft class that we had. I think for those guys going into year two, for majority of them, it is a reset with this new coaching staff and everything, and they'll be able to do bigger and better things than they did in their rookie campaign with the shit show that did go on in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think with this new draft class, the 2025 draft class, they're going to thrive. And he's got a lot of these rookies hitting the ground running. Again, a lot of these guys, I'm incredibly intrigued and excited to see them perform during the preseason. Just get a little small sample size of what they're about. But yes, starting young, building young. We got $33 million in cap space right now that's available to us if we need to go after somebody in free agency as it stands right now, or we hold on to that money throughout this year. If we spend here and there throughout the season, cool. I love how you're looking at two young guys in Thornton and Besh that could be future corner pieces at the wide receiver position, and you have them under rookie contracts for the next 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Like 1,000% invested with the plan and the vision. And he has said that doesn't have his hands in a lot of what's going on within the Raiders organization right now. But I definitely think that they are listening a lot to Tom Brady, especially as it pertains to spending of money. Like, look at his career. Excuse me. Look at his career when he was in New England. How many pay cuts did he take?
A ton of
and the type of talent that they built around him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing the right
exact same
right
thing.
Now.
Yep. Yeah. And I love to see that. And once again, with Victor saying is Trey Tucker a starter, we'll see. I definitely have him as a starter right now.
Yes.
There's 2 ways to look at this, Victor, right? It could be Tuck on one boundary, Dante Thornton on the other, Jacoby in the slot. That's how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Or you can say it's going to be Tuck, Jacoby, and then Besh in the slot. I think either way, I think Tucker starts.
I think he does.
The only way that he doesn't is if you have Dante on the boundary, Jacoby on one end, and then you got Besh in the slot.
Here's the thing. I think Tucker does start. You're going to see various packages, obviously, and there will be times like where maybe he's not out there, but you have like Besh, Thornton, Jacoby in there on like 3 receiver packages. Like, I'm interchange it. Keep changing this shit up. I'm 1,000% here for it. Like,
yeah.
His mind as an offensive coordinator and Chip Kelly, this shit is going to pay dividends for this organization, especially with the relationship that he already had with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. Like, and we talked about the numbers a few weeks ago in terms of the deep ball for him throwing 20 plus yards and the completion percentage, the touchdowns, how many passing yards it was. Like, this is going to be a very exciting offense.
And Victor, I think, and like you said, Bowers is going to play a lot in the slot. I agree with you. But once again, you're going to see so many different looks. I don't really care who starts. Everybody's like, you can have starter minutes and not start. I'm not too much worried about it. There's going to be so many different looks in this offense. Chip is going to find a way to have all these guys on the football field performing at a high level. I'm not too much worried about it. Salute to Snake Fist, my guy. Flash, best Buy is offering NFL Sunday Ticket for $258 if you have a Total Tech membership. I just bought on Sunday Ticket for half the $480 per year. I'm gonna have to take a look at that because
we got a few, bro. I think we have 2 more days, maybe 3 more days. But if we use a different email for YouTube for Sunday NFL Ticket, it's like around the same ballpark, maybe a little bit more, like $276 for the season.
Well, we need it because we're gonna be covering every game every week. So
it's if you pay it in full, it's that. But if you do it monthly, it's $23 a month.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that. Last one on this list, and salute once again to Sean Reed. 5 storylines to keep an eye on this upcoming training camp in the season. What's the ceiling for Geno Smith and the offense? I'm not going to go into detail what he wrote, but Geno's coming off of a rough season in Seattle. I think they went 9-8, I believe.
Something like that.
Threw a ton of picks. He threw 15, I believe, compared to like 20, 21 touchdowns. He did throw for a ton of passing yards. I mean, 4,300, I believe. I think he was top 5, top 6 in the NFL. You add Chip Kelly into the building, a phenomenal offensive mind. You add Ashton Jeanty, who is going to be a definite security blanket for Geno Smith in that run game. And then you have Brock Bowers. I mean, Geno probably is never – actually, not probably. He's never played with the player of that high stature. Like, Brock is going to be immediately the best playmaker that he's had at his disposal ever. Like, I'm saying that as ever. I don't care. I'm talking about DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, all these guys. I don't care. That is going to be the best weapon he's had. I think that the ceiling for this offense potentially, and maybe I'm just – my Raiderdom is showing a little bit – this can be a top 5 offense. It could be the bare minimum top 10 offense. I think Chip is going to have these guys rolling. I mean, honestly, if we find a way to shit the bed, Hammer, with Geno Smith, probably a top 12 quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
With Ashton Jeanty, a generational type running back that's coming into the league this year, with Brock and all these other weapons that we have at our disposal, Michael Mayer, so on and so forth. This has to be a top 10 offense. If it's not, I think that Chip Kelly shit the bed, and there may be some tough decisions because you're paying him $6 million a season. You made him the highest paid offensive coordinator. This needs to be a top 10 offense in year 1. I don't care.
1,000%.
It needs to be
1,000% top 10 offense. No,
yeah.
Like I'm not. This isn't even something that's up for debate. 1,000%. I'm completely invested in this right now.
Yeah. Salute to J-Ro. I would rather have an offense that can kill you a million different ways than to pay top dollar for a number 1 receiver. Talk that shit, bro. Talk. And once again, you've seen what Kansas City do that year in and year out. Year in and year out. That they allowed Tyreek Hill to just leave. Sent his ass packing to Miami and went on to win another Super Bowl or 2. So, I mean, yes, you don't have to essentially pay a wide receiver 1 big time money. As long as you have a bunch of playmakers that are bought into the system, bought into the scheme, you can definitely win a ton of ball games. Salute to J-Ro. Great comment, brother. Salute to Xavier as well. What if Porter occasionally plays wide receiver? Sneaky. I don't think they want to because of the depth that we have in that room. Remember, Xavier, Jack Jones was a wide receiver in high school, and a great one at that. And some of us were like, put Jack out there, receiver. Like, put him. Let's see what he can do. He was a playmaker out there in Long Beach, I believe, where he played. Was it Long Beach Poly? I forgot where he played. But let's not do that. Look, man, this is year 1. This isn't a Travis Hunter type situation. You don't want this guy to play both sides of the ball. If you're converting him to corner, let him focus on that position. Unless there's an emergency situation where all our wide receivers, God forbid that happens, goes down, and you have to start getting a little, like, God damn, I don't know where to go right here. You may have to look at it, but keep him on the defensive side of the ball. He's still fresh to this position. Let Pete Carroll develop him and let him play at the highest level at that specific position. But I hear you. It would be fun to watch, but let's not. This guy needs to remain healthy because there's a lot of question marks in that room. Jacorian with the shoulder injury. Stokes was not lived up to being that first-round draft pick coming out of Georgia. Can DCAM be, a dog for us in year 2? There's so many question marks. Let's not get too fancy here and try to make something, out of nothing. Slow to tie. Geno went 9-8 with a crap O-line. I think we'll be okay. This is facts. And one of the worst ground attacks in football. So there's a reason he threw a ton of picks last year and why they struggled also in goal line situations in the red zone and so on and so forth. So But I'm excited to see what Geno's going to look like with all that weaponry that he has and that great coaching staff. So we'll see. Victor says we got 6 games in our division with top 10 defenses. It will be tough for Geno. Definitely. Remember also 3 of those games will be indoors. 3 of them. So he plays great indoors. So kind of find some glimmer of hope there, right, Vic? But and sometimes year in and year out, we see this Hammer defenses take steps back. The Chiefs have a phenomenal defense. The Broncos probably have top 3 defenses in football.
Yep.
The Chargers kind of to be determined here. I want to see what they look like as the season comes around, because the Chargers do Charger things. One minute they're ready to go and win a championship. Next thing, everybody's hurt.
These motherfuckers are concerned about just looking pretty. 6 different fucking jerseys and shit. Fuck the Chargers, man.
It's nasty work. But once again, Geno was historically played phenomenal indoors. So, and hey, man, you got to beat the best to be the best, right?
That's a fact.
So, hey, man, I'm excited to see what he looks like. And he knew that coming over from Seattle to this division. Those 3 teams made the playoffs last year. He knows what he's playing against. And the Chargers. So 4 games. I'm tripping because we play indoors in LA. It's 4 indoor games in the division. Yeah. Salute to the chat for getting me together. Yes. Ask a Bum. I love this name. Yes, I hit love on your comment that you DM me, brother. Yes, that is me. I was waiting for you to send me the article that you said you were going to send me. So salute to you, brother. Yes, you had the right person. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Once again, wanted to just talk about this Christian Wilkins video that is surfacing all across, the Raider internet. Alex Bachman was the first to share it in his stories. Kind of fun to watch. I'm actually excited to see Christian Wilkins get back out there soon, man. I mean, what do you take from that? Do you think just seeing him do that we're getting closer to him returning to football activities?
Yeah,
I just don't think that you play like that with all the uncertainties around his name. You get what I'm saying?
I get it for the simple fact that, like, look, everybody in the media, and I guess this is just because it was the offseason, they needed something to talk about.
Yeah.
So, he's going to need another surgery. He's going to be out for the season. Don't look like that if he's in the facility fucking dancing to the Backstreet Boys. Like I said, him being on the PUP list is not long term. So he'll be there maybe week 3, week 4, full throttle, ready to go. Like I just hope he stays healthy the entire year. And like you said before, yeah, realistically, Chris, sit down, dude. Please. We need you this year. Please don't do any more wild shit.
Ty, this has to be the most pause-worthy shit I've seen all day. Geno's deep balls are extremely accurate.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
Salute the Squid in the building. Always good to see my brother Squid, man. Nasty work. Let me see. Let's get a few more questions before we get out of here, man. No, money stupid question, Graphk. Did you already find a Charger fan or a woman or whoever for your AFC West roundtable? No. So moving forward, we already discussed this. Me, Ben, and Darcy are okay with just running it how we do it. So I think we're going to bring somebody in during weeks when we play them. So stay tuned. We'll definitely bring someone in here and there. But we love the chemistry that we have, the connection that we have, and we're not looking forward to adding anyone full time. But we'll probably bring somebody in when the Chargers playing, Broncos playing, and the Raiders playing twice a year. So we'll have somebody on there a ton, but we're not finding someone to bring on full time. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. And the AFC West show is tomorrow night, you guys. And I will be doing a coffee and convo, the Vets Report show. So also stay tuned for that. We'll be live twice tomorrow. So make sure you pull up. Mike says, which rookie makes a bigger impact year one, Besh or Thornton? You know what's so crazy, Mike? Initially, I would have said Besh, because I think Besh is going to have a long, phenomenal career. I really do. And other former players are putting it out there on Twitter. They think he's going to be a great football player. And this is a guy that I've watched a ton because I've had, the luxury of living in the Dallas area where he played his collegiate level at TCU. So I know who Jack Besh is. But then you see the offseason, right? You see all this talk about Dante Thornton. We knew that he had a phenomenal game to him. But once again, that Tennessee offense is just, it's weird, right? They kind of put a label on you, and it's like he's a limited route tree guy and so on and so forth. if he can live up to that hype that he's put out there in the mandatory minicamp and OTAs, I'm going to go with Thornton year one, honestly, because you can't teach those measurables. You can't teach that speed. And I feel like we have a Jack Bech type player in Jacoby who does the same things. So in year one, I got to go Thornton. And I wish I thought I would have never said that because I was such a big, and I still am, a Jack Bech fan. And that was a guy that I wanted in this draft class. You guys see my final draft board. I had him as our third round guy, which we traded back twice and got him on the back end of the second round. So, but I'm going to go with Thornton because he may steal one of them starting spots. What you got, Hammer?
I think it's going to be Thornton.
Okay.
Again, the measurables and in the words of Enzo Amore, you can't teach that. Like
top end
he
speed.
is he is the prototype of those early late 90s, early 2000s prototypes like Megatron, T.O.,
Randy Moss,
Des Bryant, Randy Moss. Like you don't have them like that anymore. They don't really make them like that anymore. They'll take a guy that's under 6 foot and have them as a wideout. Like those 50-50s, Thornton's going to be taking those shits down 9 times out of 10.
Yes, man. Salute to Elijah D, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, condolences to our guy Titan, man. It's always great to see our people sending some prayer hands and showing some love to our guy Titan. He is always going to be a I can't wait for the tattoo, Hammer. I'm waiting, bro. I'm waiting
for supposed to get like paw prints coming, and some other things in the coming days. And I'm thinking probably just getting him done on, I'm thinking either the inner bicep or even like right next to the cross from my grandmother and my great grandmother. So we'll see.
You guys think the Raiders have any interest in Clowney? I'll say this, Elijah D. Not at this particular moment. If they did, they would have brought him in. I think that they want to see what Snowden looks like at camp. I definitely know they want to see what Jaw Joyner looks like in some of those UDFAs. Essentially, you wouldn't want to pay. I think you prefer to have your younger guys on inexpensive deals to go out there and play some minutes instead of bringing in a guy like Clowney who's going to command more money. You know what I mean? So, and also, you know what you get with Clowney. I mean, you're probably going to get that somewhere 7 to 9 sack range, and he can play the run. I mean, he's not playing the run at a high clip like he once did, but
what type of money is he commanding right now? Like,
I don't know.
You ain't getting, you're getting less than $4 million, less than $5 million on average. If I was even remotely to entertain that thought.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say we have any interest right now, Elijah D. But if something happens in training camp, injuries happen, God forbid Malcolm's not, in which he is good to go now, but something happens, please, God, don't let it happen. Then you may have to take a look at more of a short thing and like a Jadeveon Clowney. So we'll see. Salute to my guy, Elijah D. S. Dot, yes. I hear you, bro. Yeah, Graphk, wrong. Now you say Thornton, but I told y'all early, I'm petty. You were definitely on the Dante Thornton junior train early on. I salute you, brother. But once again, Jack Bech can still be that guy this year. So we shall see. But, I know that the one thing Chip Kelly wanted to add to this offense was speed, opposite of Tucker. So when you have those guys on the boundary, right, you essentially you got Brock and you have Michael Mayer and Jacoby who can just eat up the middle of the football field. That's why I think that Dante's going to be on the field a ton more than we initially thought. You know what I mean? But if he continues, if that all the rumors surrounding him balling out, if that continues in training camp, I think it's clear cut Dante Thornton. But remember this too. Dante did give Bech a ton of credit at mandatory minicamp and OTAs. He said that they moved him around a ton and he passed with flying colors. So they were moving him, into the interior, the boundary. They had him all over, lined up all over the place, and he was looking good everywhere. So I just hope they both perform at a high clip. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, then you have some questions. Do you pay Jacoby? Do you allow Trey Tucker to walk next year in free agency? There's a ton of question marks surrounding that because these guys are on rookie deals and you can get a little even younger and cheaper at the position if you choose to. So salute to S. Dot. Oh, I told you so, face ass motherfucker. I can't stand you S. Dots of the world, man. I can't stand you S. Dot ass motherfuckers of the world, man. Salute to my guy S. Dot. Bech is nice. I got to give him and Graph's pick credit as well. No cap. Salute to my guy. I love you, bro. Salute to S. Dot. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. 01 says the early hype for Dante reminds me of Brian Edwards. I do think Dante will be a solid player, though. Yes, man, that was a guy that I was high on out of South Carolina. There was a ton of the next Terrell Owens type player, and it definitely did not pan out. I think
my main concern with him was his hands, and
yeah,
that shit fucking proved to be right 1,000% over. It's funny because I was looking through some videos the other day. I think it was on my phone. I was cleaning shit out and saw something me talking about him being traded, and I was like, God damn, I forgot how much of a bust that dude was.
Yeah. Facts. Salute to my guy CJ. And I put a tweet out there the other day about this. About that. I think that's something that a lot of people are really not talking about in Raider Nation. Hammer, like Yak. There's a bunch of guys on this team right now that can do a ton. I mean, look at this. Brock last year, 596 yards after the catch. Okay. Ashton Genty, 1970 yards last season, yards after contact, still Yak. Jack Besh, there's not a specific number because at the collegiate level, they don't do that, but Yak beast. You watch his tape, he is great after contact or after the catch. Jacoby almost had 300 yards last season. And then you add in Thornton's 25.4 yards per catch last season, which led the FBS. I mean, this could be a fun offense if this thing comes out the right way. So I'm excited, man. Yak. And I'm not talking about Hennessy. Yak. Yards after contact, yards after the catch. I'm excited to see all these guys play well this upcoming season in that offense, man. Is this a make it or break it year for Wilson?
Yes.
You have to.
Because this is ultimately going to decide if they pick up his 5th-year option or not as well.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is an incredibly important year for him.
The third year is always that year, Cap, that you want to see your guys turn that corner. And he started last year, started to turn that corner slowly but surely. And he's saying all the right things this offseason about his footwork. He's been working on that. He looks like he's in phenomenal shape. So this has to be the year where he turns that corner because, and I hate to say this, but in a perfect world, Hammer, right? Tyree goes out there and balls this year. Malcolm does too. But once again, Malcolm's on a 1-year inexpensive deal. You can let Malcolm Kuntz walk if Tyree can turn that corner this year, and you have a guy you could pick the 5th-year option up. You have him on pretty much locked up the next 2 seasons.
Yep.
On a rookie deal. So,
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what great teams do. That's what great teams do. They develop guys. They win when they're on these rookie scale contracts, and then they find that they pretty much find their replacements and do the same thing. Once again, they develop talent and they win on those rookie scale deals. So
look, you have a quarterback in the building in Geno Smith that is not getting that big ass money like some of these other quarterbacks are right now. We have a competent quarterback, a really successful quarterback over the last few years to compete within this division against the likes of Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes, and Mr. Overrated himself, Justin Herbert. And we also have a really solid head coach, a very well-experienced and well-respected coach in Pete Carroll right now. They're building this thing the right way, especially with this young group of talent that they have around them. And that's where it starts. So we'll see what happens.
John, I would not trade Tucker for Juwan Jennings. I think that Juwan Jennings is a good player. Last year, he had his best year of his career, like
because everybody was hurt. Let's be real.
No, he was forced into that role, right? But before that, the production was nasty. But once again, you're paying Juwan Jennings. That's why he wants out from the Niners. Tucker's still on a rookie deal, so we have another year with him under contract. I'm not trading him for him because if you're going to pay anybody, John, it's going to be Jacoby at that position. So I am not making that move. Tucker, man, with that speed, you can't teach that. I think he's going to be an intricate piece in this offense. Even if he's not very productive, he's going to be kind of a joker. You know what I mean? Like a guy that can take the top off of defenses and be one of those, what's the word I'm looking for, Hammer? Like not a disguise, but what am I looking for?
I don't know.
A guy that's going to, somebody's going to put in the chat right now. I'm like having a brain fart right now. But a guy that's going to command a lot of attention because of his speed and, allow other guys to get open because of that. Decoy. There you go.
There you go. I was like, huh?
Hammer, you fucking up, man.
I was thinking gadget. I was thinking gadget, but I was like, that's not the word either.
But yeah, Q, a gadget guy. There you go. Decoy, all that, right? But regardless, you don't trade one guy for another guy that you have to pay when you still have Jacoby under contract. And you have to pay him. They're both on expiring deals. One, Trey Tucker's not. He has this season and next season. And then, we can figure out what we're doing with him. But I'm not moving him for him. It doesn't make any sense to me. The offense is going to be so dynamic, you guys. And I'm hoping because of the speed that we're going to have on the outside with Dante and Trey Tucker, they're going to be the ones that can help open up this offense. I'm not moving him for Juwan Jennings, me personally. So, and then real quick, salute to AR, my guy in the building. Raider Nation family, my brothers, Hammer and Graphk. What it do, fellas? Just want to say thank you for the friendship and to the fire content. Salute to my guy, AR Bowman. It's always good to see my dog. Been a member for 39 months. Salute to my guy. Always supporting what we do. Appreciate you, man. Trey is better than Raiders fans give him credit for. I mean, he's also had some bad quarterback play. The only quarterback that seems to be able to give him the football is Aiden O'Connell. So, we'll see what that looks like with a real quarterback that can actually throw the deep ball at a high clip. I think that Tucker is going to be a guy that this season could be totally unlocked, like real talk, because he has a quarterback that can actually get him the football. It's going to be fun to just say, hey, man, go run a 9 route. And Geno just let it fly. It's going to be fun. So, but other than that, you guys, we will be live. Once again, I'll be live twice tomorrow, AFC West show. I will be doing a coffee and convo show talking about the vets being in the building. So stay tuned for that. Hammer, what you got going on, man? Plug away, bro. What you got going on over there?
Going to be on this week. The vets are reporting. You'll probably start getting some of the pressers as well. So we will be live. It's probably going to be like early afternoon on the East Coast. Stay tuned, y'all. And if you haven't already, check out the channel Raider Nation News today and check out last night's interview with Dylan Laube. Graphk pulled up and Unk pulled up Violator as well. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We got, I think, like 13, 14 new subs off of that live alone and a nice amount of views. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And those that sent their condolences, their thoughts and prayers and wishes over the last 24 hours. Guys, it really means more to me than you'll ever know. So thank you guys so much.
Also, I want to send a shout out, man, to my guy, Don Green. He sent me Kings, A's and Rangers tickets for today's game and Wednesday's game. Just off the F, was like, man, I just want to show you guys some love. Salute to Don Green. If you're watching, brother, I appreciate you so much. Parking passes, tickets. So I'll definitely be taking the wife to catch, if not one, both those games this week. So thank you so much, Don. And S-Dot, this is facts. People are not realizing, and this is something that we're not talking about enough either, is what Mostert can do out of the backfield with all the speed that he possesses, even at 33 years old. There's a ton of speed on this offense now, you guys. Mostert, Tucker, I mean, Dante, pick your poison at this point, man. It's kind of crazy. So salute to S-Dot on a great comment, my brother. But other than that, man, appreciate you guys so much. As always, thank you for tuning in to the latest installment of the Coffee and Convo show. Thank you to my brother Hammer for pulling it up and kicking it with me, man, on the back end of the show. As always, you guys, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. And also salute to everybody who will be listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcast. As always, love and appreciate every single one of you guys. We are out. One.